Minecraft 1.15 is just around the corner, having the potential to add just as many new features, if not more, than the Village and Pillage update. And one of the most highly requested features from the Minecraft community is custom trees. That being said, my name is SystemZ, and here are 8 trees that should be in Minecraft. Special thank you to Privacy.com for sponsoring this video. Take control of your finances in a safe and secure way by utilizing the amazing features Privacy has to offer. Stay tuned for more information. Alright, how is it going, everybody? And welcome to 8 trees that should be in Minecraft. Now, I should warn you, there's only 7 platforms here that I want to show you, but a couple of them have a little bit more than just one tree. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at idea number 1, and that is for none other than palm trees, a very popular suggestion amongst the Minecraft community. Palm trees would be a fantastic addition to the game. They would be found in desert oasis type biomes. As you can see here, we've got a great example of what this would look like. We've got basically sand and a little bit of grass nearby. I do think we should be able to place grass, of course, on sand. I think that would be great, but the actual palm tree is here. And I have done videos about palm trees before, but I've never actually made a custom texture for it. And I am absolutely in love with the way this looks. It's a very cool material. As you can see, it's actually inspired by the Biomes O' Plenty version of the palm tree, but they also would drop coconuts. And that's something super fun. Obviously, new blocks, new decorations, and food are always welcome. And of course, coconut milk, that would be great as well. But then the planks. For building, this is a fantastic block. I absolutely love the way it looks. You can see what I've done with it here, and I think it looks great in this type of setting. So there's a lot of awesome features that would come with palm trees alone, and here's just an example of a couple of the resources and blocks that could come from this. Obviously the coconut, we've got the planks, and obviously all the accessories that would come with that, the stairs, the slabs, all that good stuff, and the sapling. I love it. I just think it looks great. Palm trees would be awesome. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments below. Do you like palm trees or not? Next up, we've got another community favorite, and this has been a long time running favorite for pretty much all of the time that I can remember playing Minecraft. Everybody seems to really like the idea of adding a seasonal biome. However, Mojang seems to disagree. I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere they definitely don't intend on adding seasons. So let's bargain for it. I would love to see just some sort of biome that represents the season of fall with the trees of the autumn colors. We've got red, orange, and yellow, and as you can see, this is just an absolutely beautiful, remarkable setting. I would love to find a biome specifically where we can find these trees. I mean, for building alone, having different colored leaves would be amazing, but I think this would just provide a really nice aesthetic for people who play Minecraft, and also kind of in a way would teach a little bit more about seasons, which for the education side of Minecraft is always a good thing. But they would come in the form of red, orange, and yellow leaf oak tree type sapling. I actually named these a little bit improper, but they would essentially be, for example, a red oak tree. And they would basically be made out of oak wood and just a unique color of leaves. And they would spawn pretty much with those blocks. There wouldn't be any seasonal mechanism or anything like that that would actually come along with it, but it would still kind of represent that. And I think for builders and really just anyone who loves Minecraft, this would be a really cool change. So let me know what you think of that down in the comments below. Next up, we've got a little bit of a familiar tree. I actually recently did a video about different ideas for the swamp biome that could be in the Minecon 2019 swamp biome vote. So this is one of those features that would be amazing, and I wanted to include it because I got a lot of comments complimenting them. But this is essentially a makeover to the current swamp trees, and that is of course swamp oak trees. This would be a new block type as well as obviously a new tree type and a redo of the way swamps look. I mean, just look at this place. This is truly magical. I would love to see something like this in the game. I mean, even as a biome, just improving swamps with this type of generation would be amazing. But obviously, this is a video about the trees. I think the trees look amazing. Like I said, they feature a new block type, and they kind of look like jungle trees a little bit. But because of the color of the swamp biome, it would definitely be unique, and you would definitely be able to tell it's a swamp tree. But if we go over here and check out the blocks, you can see that they're really cool. So we've got the swamp oak log, the wood, of course the plank types, and the planks are very cool. But also the leaves. Let me go ahead and place that back. There we go. The leaves are oak leaves, so we wouldn't really need any special new type of leaf. But if we just place these blocks, I absolutely love the way these look. And imagine being able to rotate them. That would really be cool for building. But I just love the way this block looks. It's one reason I would love swamp oak trees. But let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. Next up, we've got the infamous cherry oak tree. This has been a channel favorite for so long. I mean, I feel like ever since my first Minecraft Let's Play, I talked about cherry trees. These would be amazing. There are so many cool ways to use the blocks that come along with this, and that's why I'm super excited about it. But as you can see, they're basically normal deciduous trees. They have the general canopy on top, a couple of branches spanning apart, but I also like the idea of maybe finding them with lanterns dropping down if you find a village in them. It just makes it feel a little bit more mystical and just fun to walk through. It's a very beautiful biome. But as you can see, they feature a new type of wood that this is actually inspired by one of the first servers that I played on, the Voxel server. They had a resource pack where this type of wood was available, and I've always loved it. And as you can see, we've got this special sapling and the leaves here that basically feature the color. But if we head over here and just kind of play around with these blocks for a minute, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. This is a very unique type of wood, and I think it would be very cool for the game. I know back when I used it in my resource pack, there were a lot of really cool uses for it. I had the custom doors and all of the other blocks, and it was always one of my favorite blocks. I would love to see something like this come to the game officially. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on cherry oak. This would be an awesome biome, but at the very least, a very cool tree to occasionally find in flower forest biomes. So this one is a little bit different. It's not necessarily a tree type that we currently have. Obviously, all of the others use actual tree materials, whereas these use fences, but it's kind of two in one. So let's go over this very quickly. So we've got frozen trees. It sounds extremely cold, I know what you're thinking, but you would find them essentially in any frozen type biome. They would have the white and blue leaves covered in snow. But also, in another way, you could maybe find these types of trees on mountain biomes, even with normal leaves, where they're made up of fence posts instead of actually using the logs. And if we go back all the way to the beginning with the palm trees, you can see I've actually done a custom texture here where it's almost like an upright log. I think even if trees were made of this material, which in this case is just a post, I think it would be amazing. I would love to find little thin trees like this. It would kind of make things interesting, and if we find them and we break them, maybe it would give us sticks or even allow us to create planks out of them. That way we at least benefit in some way. But these would be very fun. I would love to see them in the game. Let me know your thoughts on thin trees, maybe for the mountain biomes with the biome vote for Minecon 2019. That would be very interesting. Let's take a step back into familiar territory, and that is of course with the monster of a tree, the Baobab, which is another announced tree. If we go look at the palm trees are actually announced for the game just as much as Baobabs are. So eventually we will definitely get these. So that's extremely exciting. But these are gigantic trees that we would find in the savanna biomes. And as you can see, they've even got little fruit hanging from them. And these would essentially be Baobab fruit that would come along with the tree. So this tree actually offers a little bit more than just a new tree type. And unfortunately, because of that, we don't necessarily get any new block type. As you can see, we've got the acacia wood and of course acacia leaves. So there's nothing necessarily new that comes along with this, but it would be the first of its kind for a giant tree that kind of looks like a normal deciduous tree. Now this is my example, but honestly the type that we would get in the game would probably be a little bit more blocky, but still I think this idea is very, very cool. Check out today's sponsor at privacy.com/SYSZEE for a free-to-use service that protects your credit card number by using virtual card numbers when shopping online. Their easy-to-use control panel allows you to create a new card for practically any scenario, whether it be for shopping on Amazon or making in-game purchases for your favorite games. And with these cards, you can even set spending limits, which is great for parents who may want to limit their kids' online spending or even manage their budget. And if a payment attempt is made to a card past its limit, it'll be blocked and you'll automatically receive a push notification. They also have a great Chrome extension that can create cards on the spot and autofill the information during the checkout process of any website. With privacy, you'll never have to worry about your card information getting in the wrong hands. They keep your information safe by using military-grade encryption, two-factor authentication, and by being PCI DSS compliant. Head over to privacy.com/SYSZEE and sign up for a free account to get an automatic $5 to spend on your first purchase. You can also find the link in the description below. And last but certainly not least, we're gonna take it back a notch and just upgrade a tree that we currently have. And that is, of course, the jungle trees. I think jungle trees are kind of the bane of all Minecraft players' existence. They are extremely annoying to take down, they're filled with tons of blocks, and you have to go really high to break them down. Not to mention, when you go to a jungle, they are everywhere, and of course, if you're like me, that means you do not even try to chop them down. So I think it would be really cool to kind of customize the way they look and make it a little bit better. Now, this one is a shorter variety, but I would imagine they would go up a little bit taller, probably about as tall as the swamp biome trees, a little bit higher though. But I love the way this looks. It's very similar to the swamp tree, and that's why I mentioned it whenever we were on that. But as you can see here, we basically have the normal jungle blocks, but it just looks a little bit more like a tree that would fit a jungle biome. And as you can see, the jungle biome is also cleaned up a little bit here in this example. I would love it if there were a little bit less shrubbery in the biome because it's very hard to traverse. But that's kind of how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to look messy and dangerous. So hopefully, you know, if they were to change it, it would still kind of keep that vibe. But overall, I think it would be awesome to see an improvement to some of the pre-existing trees. And I've used jungle as an example here, but whether it be swamp or even adding trees to the mesa biomes, there's so many different possibilities to improve what we already have. That's going to be it for today's video, but if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on notifications to be alerted whenever I next upload a video. Also, let me know in the comments down below which tree was your favorite. And that being said, my name has been System Z, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.